Ever felt that knot in your stomach, the one that tightens right before a new beginning? It's a mix of excitement, anticipation, and let's be honest, a hefty dose of fear. That fear whispers doubts. Are you really ready for this? What if you fail? What if you're not good enough? It's the unwelcome guest at the party of your dreams, threatening to dim the lights and spoil the celebration before it even begins. This feeling, this potent cocktail of emotions, is something almost everyone faces when stepping into a new chapter. Whether it's starting a new job, moving to a new city, embarking on a new relationship, or even just deciding to adopt a healthier lifestyle, the uncertainty of the unknown can be paralyzing. But what if we could learn to dance with that fear instead of letting it dictate our steps? What if we could transform that anxiety into fuel, propelling us forward instead of holding us back? What if we could reframe our perception of new beginnings, not as daunting challenges, but as opportunities for growth, discovery, and profound self-improvement? It's easy to get caught up in the what-ifs and the potential pitfalls, especially when we're bombarded with images of seemingly effortless success on social media. We compare our messy, imperfect journeys to the highlight reels of others, forgetting that everyone faces their own unique set of challenges and setbacks. The truth is, new beginnings are rarely smooth sailing. There will be bumps in the road, unexpected detours, and moments when you question everything. But it's in those moments, in the face of adversity, that we truly discover our strength, resilience, and capacity for growth. This isn't about pretending that fear doesn't exist or that new beginnings are always easy. It's about acknowledging the discomfort, understanding its roots, and learning how to navigate it with grace and self-compassion. It's about shifting our focus from the potential for failure to the possibility of growth, from the fear of the unknown to the excitement of discovery. It's about recognizing that every new beginning is an opportunity to redefine ourselves, to shed old patterns and beliefs that no longer serve us, and to step into a brighter, more authentic version of ourselves. Think of a seed planted in the ground. It's buried in darkness, surrounded by uncertainty. It has no guarantee of success, no promise that it will blossom into a beautiful flower. But it pushes through the soil anyway, driven by an innate desire to grow, to reach for the sunlight, and to fulfill its potential. We too possess that same innate drive, that same capacity for growth and transformation. So, as you stand on the precipice of a new beginning, take a deep breath, acknowledge your fears, and remember that you are not alone. Millions of others have stood where you stand, faced the same doubts, and emerged stronger and more resilient on the other side. This is your opportunity to write a new chapter in your story, to create a life that is aligned with your values, your passions, and your deepest desires. It won't always be easy, but it will be worth it. Because the greatest adventures, the most meaningful experiences, and the most profound moments of growth often lie just beyond the edge of our comfort zone. Embrace the uncertainty, embrace the challenge, and embrace the opportunity to become the best version of yourself. The world is waiting to see what you're capable of. Now let's delve into the specific psychological underpinnings that often accompany these pivotal moments. One significant factor is the endowment effect, a cognitive bias where we ascribe greater value to things we already possess, including our current routines, identities, and comfort zones. This inherent bias makes us resistant to change, even when the potential benefits of a new cycle far outweigh the perceived losses of letting go of the old. It's like owning an old, reliable car. Even though it might be sputtering and costing you money in repairs, you hesitate to trade it in for a newer, more efficient model because of the sentimental attachment and the familiarity you've developed. Similarly, we cling to outdated habits, toxic relationships, or unfulfilling careers simply because they represent the known, the predictable, and the comfortable. A further layer of complexity arises from what psychologists call loss aversion, the tendency to feel the pain of a loss more acutely than the pleasure of an equivalent gain. Consequently, the potential downsides of a new beginning, the risk of failure, the potential for disappointment, the fear of the unknown, often loom larger in our minds than the potential rewards, the opportunity for growth, the possibility of success, the chance to discover new passions. This can lead to a self-fulfilling prophecy, where our fear of failure actually sabotages our efforts and prevents us from achieving our goals. Imagine, for instance, someone starting a new business. If they're primarily focused on the potential for financial loss or the fear of embarrassment if the venture fails, they're more likely to make conservative decisions, avoid taking calculated risks, and ultimately limit their chances of success. Building on this, however, it's crucial to acknowledge the role of cognitive dissonance in our resistance to change. Cognitive dissonance refers to the mental discomfort we experience when holding conflicting beliefs or values. When we embark on a new beginning, we're often forced to confront these internal conflicts. For example, someone who values stability and security might also desire adventure and excitement. Starting a new career that involves travel and uncertainty can trigger cognitive dissonance, as it challenges their deeply held belief in the importance of stability. To reduce this discomfort, we might rationalize our resistance to change, downplaying the potential benefits and exaggerating the potential risks. This can manifest as procrastination, avoidance, or even self-sabotage. Conversely, consider the influence of confirmation bias. When facing a new cycle, we often subconsciously seek out information that confirms our existing beliefs about ourselves and the world. If we believe we're not capable of success, we're more likely to focus on evidence that supports that belief, such as past failures or negative feedback from others. This can create a distorted perception of reality, making it even more difficult to overcome our fears and embrace the new beginning. It's like selectively reading news articles that reinforce your political views, while ignoring those that challenge them. This reinforces your existing beliefs and makes it harder to consider alternative perspectives. Reflecting on this journey so far, a compelling picture emerges, not of isolated challenges, but of an intricate ecosystem of internal forces shaping our experience of new beginnings. It's as if we've been navigating a labyrinth, where each turn reveals a deeper layer of understanding about ourselves, our motivations, and our inherent resistance to the uncharted. The initial trepidation, no longer appearing as a monolithic obstacle, now seems more like a complex tapestry woven from threads of ingrained biases, deeply rooted fears, and the ever-present tension between our yearning for growth and our innate desire for security. The essence of moving forward, then, resides not in obliterating these internal complexities, but in learning to navigate them with greater awareness and self-compassion. To expect a new beginning to unfold without the accompanying anxieties and uncertainties is akin to anticipating a storm-free voyage across a vast ocean. The turbulence is inherent to the journey. It is in how we adjust our sails, maintain our course, and trust in our ability to weather the squalls that determines our ultimate destination. Consider the image of a river flowing towards the sea. It encounters obstacles along its path, rocks, fallen trees, bends in the terrain. Yet, it doesn't simply halt its progress. Instead, it adapts, finding new channels, carving deeper grooves, and ultimately, continuing its relentless journey towards its ultimate destination. Similarly, our path through new beginnings requires a willingness to adapt, to learn from the obstacles we encounter, and to maintain our unwavering focus on the horizon. As we draw closer to the final reflection, it becomes increasingly clear that the power to transform our experience of new beginnings lies within our capacity to reframe our perspective, to shift from viewing them as threats to be feared to opportunities to be embraced, to recognize that the discomfort we feel is not a sign of weakness, but a testament to our courage to step outside our comfort zones and venture into the unknown. In light of these insights, the path ahead clarifies. It is a path paved not with unwavering certainty, but with a resilient spirit, a compassionate understanding of our own vulnerabilities, and an unwavering commitment to growth. It is a journey not of perfection, but of progress, where each step forward, however small, represents a victory over our fears and a testament to our inherent capacity for transformation. The final landscape awaits, promising a vista of renewed hope and a deeper appreciation for the transformative power of new beginnings. So, where does this leave us, standing at the threshold of something new? It leaves us not with a set of instructions, but with a compass, a finely tuned instrument capable of guiding us through the often uncharted territories of our own internal landscapes. We've seen how readily our minds can construct barriers, how deeply ingrained are our tendencies to cling to the familiar, even when it no longer serves us. But we've also glimpsed the immense potential that resides within us to rewrite those narratives, to dismantle those barriers, and to step courageously into the unfolding story of our lives. The true power, then, lies not in eliminating the fear that accompanies new beginnings, for fear, in its own way, is a messenger, alerting us to the presence of the unknown and prompting us to prepare ourselves for the journey ahead. Rather, the power lies in our ability to listen to that fear without allowing it to dictate our choices. It lies in our capacity to acknowledge our vulnerabilities without succumbing to them. It lies in our willingness to embrace the uncertainty, not as a threat, but as an invitation to discover new strengths, new perspectives, and new possibilities. Think of a sculptor faced with a block of raw marble. The marble itself represents the potential for something beautiful, something transformative. But the sculptor also knows that the process of creation will involve chipping away at the stone, enduring moments of frustration, and facing the risk of imperfection. Yet, it is through this process of engagement, through the willingness to confront the challenges inherent in the medium, that the artist ultimately brings forth a work of art. Similarly, our lives are works in progress, constantly being shaped and reshaped by the experiences we encounter and the choices we make. New beginnings are simply opportunities to pick up the chisel, to refine our vision, and to create a life that is more closely aligned with our authentic selves. And just as the sculptor learns to appreciate the unique qualities of marble, so too can we learn to appreciate the unique challenges and opportunities that each new beginning presents. Perhaps the most profound insight we can glean from this exploration is the recognition that new beginnings are not destinations to be reached, but rather ongoing processes of becoming. They are not about achieving a state of perfect happiness or unwavering certainty, but about cultivating a capacity for resilience, a spirit of curiosity, and a deep sense of self-compassion. They are about learning to trust in our ability to navigate the inevitable ups and downs of life, to embrace the unexpected detours, and to find meaning and purpose in the journey itself. So, as you embark on your next adventure, remember that you are not alone. Millions of others are walking similar paths, facing similar challenges, and striving to create lives that are filled with purpose and joy. And while the road ahead may not always be easy, it is a road worth traveling. For it is in the act of stepping into the unknown, of embracing the uncertainty, and of daring to create a new beginning that we truly discover who we are and what we are capable of. The true practice begins now, to meet each dawn with open eyes and an open heart, ready to learn, to grow, and to become the best version of ourselves.